Welcome everyone. Let's just begin seated. We'll do some breathing before we begin. If you want to sit on a block to make it a bit more comfortable, then you could pop the block underneath you. And then just make yourself comfortable in Virasana, if that's okay. Yeah, if not, you can always sit cross-legged, as you choose. You can rest your hands on your thighs and just rub the hands up and down the legs. Create a little bit of heat. And you can bring your palms together, then give them a little bit of a rub as well. Getting a little bit more heat. And you can rest the palms of the hands over the eyes just for a moment, shielding out the light. So in this time, it's coming into a different season. We're coming into autumn. So we can use this week to try and ground ourselves while everything changes around us. You can wipe the eyes and wipe the face awake. And then rest the hands on the thighs and just let your eyes close. You're going to take 3 parts of the breath. So breaking the breath in and the breath out into 3 parts. So we'll take a long, deep breath in all together. As open your mouth and exhale, let it go. So now just inhale for 1 part. Inhale for your 2nd part. And then fill yourself all the way to the top. Let's exhale through the nose. Inhale for your 1st part. And your 2nd part. And fill yourself all the way to the top. Let's exhale through the nose. And again, inhale, 1st part. 2nd part. Fill yourself all the way to the top. And exhale. Last time like that, inhale, 1st part. 2nd part. Fill yourself all the way to the top. Exhale through the nose. Now inhale all the way to the top. You're going to exhale for 1 part. 2nd part. All the way to the bottom. Inhale fully. Exhale part 1. Part 2. All the way to the bottom. Inhale fully. Exhale part 1. Part 2. All the way to the bottom. Inhale fully, last round. Exhale part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Inhale fully. Hold your breath at the top. Hold it just for a little bit longer, feeling all your awareness, all your focus being drawn inwards. And open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Let's breathe normally in and out through your nose for a moment. How does all that feel? Nice and easy. You can keep the block there if you're using it. Just walk your hands forwards into a forward fold. Let your forehead rest down onto the mat there. So forward folds are typically a nice pose to do, or a nice action to do to transition into fall. It's like that, or into, sorry, autumn. It's like that turning inwards, getting ready to be indoors a little bit more, getting ready to keep ourselves warm a little bit. Reach the fingers as far forwards as feels good. Get the stretch through both sides of the body. You might want to take a big breath in here as well, really expand into the sides. And then walking your hands back to your knees and lifting yourself up. You take the block away and you can fall onto one side, just take the legs out in front. Then forward fold with the hamstrings a little bit more in play. But push down to your fingertips, lift up nice and tall, and then exhale and fold over the legs. So it's your first time in this stretch, so be careful, be mindful. You can let your head move from side to side, make sure that doesn't get tense. Inhale, think about lifting the head and chest up, so spine gets a little bit of movement. Exhale and fold over those legs. Ooh, how is that feeling today? Inhale, lifting the head and chest up, and exhale, folding over the legs. Take one more breath. Good. Slowly roll your way back up, and then just a little bit into the hips before we get going. Soles of the feet together, knees open. Catch hold of your toes to pull on your feet to lift yourself up tall. And again, forward folding, but now with the knees open, so we're getting into the hips a little bit. Keep reaching the hands a little bit further forwards. You're breathing in, lifting the head, chest up. And breathing out, folding over the legs. Maybe this is your first practice in a little while. So listen to your body. It's going to need a little bit of time to remember where it used to be or where you used to get to. Walk the hands over to the right hand side. Creep the left hand as far over to the right. This feels good, and you can breathe into this left side. And then walking the hands over towards the left side. And then you can creep your right hand as far over to the left as feels good. Breathing into this right side. Walking the hands all the way back to the center. You can lift yourself up and then cross your feet, roll through, or take the feet to the side back into your child's pose. Sending the hips back into the heels. Hopefully that feels a little bit easier already. Then looking forwards, come up onto all fours. Straight into cat-cows. Let the belly sink and lift the head, chest up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, round into the back, chin to chest. And keep going like that. Getting the spine moving, getting the energy traveling down the spine, up the spine. Hopefully creating a little bit of heat as well, so that everything moves a little bit easier. Last few times. Good, and coming back to neutral, just flip the fingers towards the knees. Now you might be turned out slightly to the sides, which is totally fine. And then again, into your cat-cows here, drawing your head, chest forwards as you inhale, and then rounding into the back as you exhale. And you can go in your own pace, just letting the breath guide you. Good, and then flipping the fingers back forwards. Tuck your toes under, sit your hips into your heels, and just relax your tummy over your legs, forehead down into the mat. waking up the feet. So when we want to feel grounded, the feet are the portals to the earth. So, we can take our shoes off, walk on the grass, walk on the earth, help us feel that grounding. We can also just make sure our feet are strong, flexible, malleable, allow us to pace properly through the world. Walking your hands back to your knees. Have your hands on the floor so you can push into the fingertips and start to roll forwards and back. Hopefully you can feel the arches of your feet, the pads of the feet, the heels of each foot. And then maybe the heels can touch the floor. You'll hold on to opposite elbows and work on straightening the legs and relax your head. So another forward fold here. You can sway from side to side, relax your head, relax your neck. And releasing your hands, roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. There's a nice little bend in your knees here, protecting your back. Once you are there, then you could come up onto the toes. Find that balance, find that grounding through the pads of the feet. Stay up high onto the toes and bend the knees. You can hold on to something if you need to. With the knees bent, lower the heels to the floor and then straighten the legs. Okay, come up high onto your toes. Feel grounded and rooted through the pads of the feet. Knees bend. See how low you can go and then press the heels down into the mat. Good, and then come up to standing. 2 more times, come up high onto your toes. Bend the knees. Find something solid to focus on. That can help you balance here. Press your heels down to the floor and then straighten the legs. Last one, come up high onto your toes. Bend the knees. See how low you can go without dropping those heels. And then squeeze the heels down and then straighten the legs. Now we'll reverse it. So you bend your knees, lift your heels up nice and high. And then straighten the legs, crown of the head shooting straight upwards to the sky. Good, and then lower the heels to the floor and bend the knees. So really strong through your feet. Lift your heels up. If you're wobbling, hold on to something. Straightening the legs, crown of the head to the sky, and then squeeze the heels down towards the floor. 2 more. Bend the knees. Come up high onto your toes. Find that something solid to look at. And then straighten the legs. And squeeze the heels down. We've got 1 more. Bend those knees. Well done. Lift the heels up. And then straightening the legs. And grounding the heels down. Well done. Good. Bring your hands to heart center for a moment. Rock into your left foot and bring your right knee up to your chest. Now spread your left toes. You can pulse the right leg in for a little bit. Just squeeze it up, waking up the hip flexor. And now extend your right leg forwards and bend your left leg. Lean back, lean back, lean back, and then step onto your right foot into a warrior 3. You might feel all wobbly. This is your first entry into this, so you will get used to it. Take the hands down to the floor, the left leg up to the sky, and then bring your left foot next to your right. Once you get there, take a halfway lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, fold it forwards, relax your head. Start to roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Once you get there, take your arms up to the sky and breathe in. And as you breathe out, fold it forwards. Good. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. And then exhale, bend your knees to plant your hands and step your feet back into your first plank pose. Take little circles. Feel the strength. Feel your core helping you to go in these little circles and take the circles the other way. Maybe you can feel your right foot is a little bit more awake. Good. Now bend your knees and push your hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. Give the hips a little wiggle. We'll walk the hands back towards the feet. And then roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Yes, good. Bring your palms together, stand onto your right foot, and then bring your left knee up to your chest. Spread the right foot. You're going to spread the right toes. Little pulsing of that left leg, just waking up, strengthening the hip. And then extend your left leg, start to lean back, bend your right leg. Keep it like that for as long as you can, and then stand onto the left leg and into your warrior three. Right leg lifts. Slowly take the hands to the floor. The hamstrings still need a little bit of time, so be careful. Right leg up, and then bring your right foot next to the left. Everything controlled and grounded. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Lift your arms up to the sky, press your palms together, and then exhale and fold, hinge. Releasing the hands, inhale, lift the head and chest up. And as you exhale, bend your knees to plant your hands, step your feet back into plank, and then do little circles again. Core is getting stronger here. Tuck the tail, draw your chest forwards, take the circles the other way. Good, bend your knees and push your hips up and back into your second downward dog. Hips up to the sky, maybe you squeeze the heels down one by one now. Both legs a little bit more awake, a little bit more active. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. While you're here in a forward fold, try and lift all 10 toes up. Squeeze into the heels a little bit, and then spread the toes as you place them back down onto the mat. And you can roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Okay. Bring your palms together, stand onto your left foot, bring your right knee up to your chest, few little pulses. Then start to extend your right leg, bend your left leg, lean back. You're going to take a big step onto your right foot, and then into your warrior three. You might feel wobbly, that's okay. This is the practice. Take the hands to the floor and the left leg up to the sky. Maybe there's a bit more space now. And left foot next to the right. Take a halfway lift and lengthen. And then exhale and fold. Start to roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Hopefully everything's getting a bit warmer. Lift your arms up to the sky. Press your palms together. And then exhale and fold, hinge. Inhale, take a halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, you can step back or jump back, find a plank. Lower the knees and let the elbows brush by the rib cage. Push down to come into your cobra up dog, and then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. A little wiggle, squeeze the heels down, lift the hips up. Good, walk your hands back towards your feet. Nice heavy head, relax the neck. And then slowly roll up. Last thing to come up is the head. Bring your palms together, stand onto your right leg, and then lift your left leg up to the chest. Few little pulses. And then extending the left leg, bending the right leg, lean back, lean back, lean back. Stand onto your left leg, and then lift your right leg up. Yeah, you are in your warrior three. Take your hands to the floor, and then lift the right leg up to the sky. How does that feel? And then bring your right foot next to your left. Once you get there, take a halfway lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, you can fold. Roll your way up, chin to chest. Lift the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, fold it forwards, hinge from the hips. Inhale, take a halfway lift and lengthen. And then exhale, jump it back or step it back, find plank. From here, lower the knees, draw your chest forwards, elbows brush by the ribcage. Push down to lift yourself up, cobra, up dog, and then take it back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. And a breath out as you lift your hips up nice and high. Okay, a little moment in between all of that. Lift your right leg up, bend the knee and open up the hip. How much can you squeeze your left heel down as you lift your right knee up? Right knee to right wrist, right shin on the floor, right foot to left wrist. Oh, sneaky little pigeon. Walk your hands forwards. Yeah, you've got 2 breaths here. So you want to squeeze down through the outer right leg and through the top of that left foot. Get the feeling of internalizing. Yeah, so you could close your eyes, you're drawing inwards, you're gathering your energy, your power to help you glide through this change of season now. Take one more breath. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Tuck your back toes and then slot your right foot inside the right hand. And we'll lower the left knee to the floor. That feels mighty nice and stiff. Draw through the fingertips. Lift your head, chest up. One more, go into this right hamstring. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then work on straightening your right leg. Draw the right toes to your face. Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale, fold over the leg. You slide your right foot to the back of the mat. And then take your hips up and back into downward dog. So you can feel the heat there in that right leg, or the energy, the awareness. I'm going to bring the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Left knee to left wrist, left shin to the floor, left foot towards the right wrist. That's it. And then walk your hands forwards, turning inwards into that pigeon pose. Can you push down through the top of the right foot, squeeze down through the outer left hip. Notice where it feels different to the other side. For me, this side feels totally different. That certainly doesn't feel better than the right side. So it's a little bit more awareness in whatever you're feeling on this side. Take one more breath. And we'll walk the hands back towards the knees. Tucking your back toes under. You're going to slot your left foot inside your left hand. Keep the knees snuggled in. Release the back knee, release the back toes, and then draw your chest forwards. You could have your hands on blocks here if you needed to. Take a breath in, draw the chest forwards. And a long breath out. Try and surrender, relax. Like the leaves fall from the trees. Allow yourself to let go as well. So tuck the back toes a little bit more into this left hamstring, straightening the left leg, drawing the left toes towards your face. Inhale, hands can be on blocks. You could always bring yourself up a bit higher as well by bringing that back foot in. Bring your hands onto your shin. Good. All right, let's slide your left foot to the back of the mat, however you can do that. And then take your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Big breath in here, lift the hips up. And a long breath out. Let's continue. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Relax your head. So if I magically appeared in your little space there. I take my hands just around the back of your neck and encourage the head to drop. You could use your own hand to do that. And see how that helps you just to notice, oh, I'm still holding onto my neck here. Then chin to chest, roll your way up to standing. Bring your palms together, thumbs into the chest bone. Let's continue with that. So stand onto your left leg. We're going to add on and bring your right knee up to your chest. Bend the left leg, extend the right leg, lean back, and then stand onto your right foot and come into a warrior three. From here, take your right hand towards the floor. Take your left arm up towards the side and then the sky, and then open up the left hip into your half moon. Is it possible? Your right hand can be on the floor. Breathe in, see where you can go with it. Breathe out, take the hands back into an aeroplane. How are you managing to balance here on this right leg? So the arms out to the side, the leg, the toes down at the back. Hands can come down to the floor and the left leg can go up to the sky. Are we all here? And then bring your left foot next to your right. If you're wobbling, don't worry about it, just keep going. Inhale, take a halfway lift, and exhale and fold. Roll your way up, chin to chest. Lift your arms up to the sky. And then exhale and fold and hinge. Inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, jump it back, step it back. Full vinyasa, if you're ready for it, elbows brush by the rib cage. Push down to come up to your cobra up dog and take it up and back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Relax your head and then roll your way up, chin to chest. Yes, bring your palms together, thumbs push into your chest bone. Stand onto your right leg and bring your left knee up. Bend your right leg, lean back, and then stand onto your left leg. Come into your warrior three. That's it, good. Remember, you're spreading your left toes. Take your left hand towards the floor, your right arm up to the side and then to the sky. And then can you open up your right hip? If you fall, don't worry about it. I'm going to fall right now. Spin the arms out to the side and drop the right hip. Can you draw your chest forwards? Where do you need to hold on to? Hands can come down to the floor and the right leg can go to the sky. Maybe you want to side out. And then bring your right foot next to your left. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Roll your way up, chin to chest. Last thing to come up is the head. Lifting the arms up, breathe in, press your palms together, and exhale and fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. As you exhale, jump it back, step it back, find plank, and vinyasa. Cobra up dog, meet me in downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out, lift up all the toes if you can. Yeah, if you've got your heels down, try and lift those toes up. Planting the feet down if they were lifted. Don't worry if the heels are off the floor. Just enjoy bending the knees, maybe getting those hips up high. Good. Walking the hands back towards your feet. And then rolling your way up, come up to standing. Let's see where we can go with that. Bring your palms together, stand onto your left foot. Bring your right knee up to your chest, bend the left leg, reach and extend that right leg forwards, stand onto it, come into your warrior three. Right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky, stack your left hip on top of your right half moon. Come into the aeroplane pose, arms out to the side, dropping that left hip. Now this is the challenge. Can you come right back into your half moon? Right hand to the floor and stack that left hip back on top of the right. I know it's a challenge. Good. Take it back into your aeroplane. And now bring your left knee into your chest, come up to standing. I know, it's a challenge. Bring your left knee up. Now catch hold of your left ankle with your left hand and bring the sole of the left foot to your inner right thigh. We're grounding, rooting down through your right foot. Inhale, lift the chest up. Good. And then exhale, bring your left knee back into the center, planting the foot down. Inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale and fold, hinge. You feel all the energy there in your right leg. Inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen. And then exhale and fold. Now, can you jump back, step back, find your plank. Vinyasa, elbows brushed by the rib cage. Your hands become part of your base. Push down into your cobra. Up dog, stretch what you've worked. Take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Relax your head and roll your way up, chin to chest. Good. Bring your palms together. Use that to help you balance. Stand onto your right foot and bring your left knee up to your chest. Bend the right leg, lean back, extend the left leg as far forwards as you can. Stand onto it with confidence into your day. And then lift your right leg up into warrior three. Take your left hand to the floor, your right arm up to the sky. Stack your right hip on top of the left. Bring your right hip down, extend your left arm out to the left side, right arm out to the right side. So right hip down. Come back into half moon, left hand to the floor, right arm up to the sky. Stack the hip, lengthen through your right leg. And last time, spin it out to the side. I'm very wobbly on this left leg. Come into warrior three. All right, this is the challenge. Bring your right knee into your chest. Come up to standing on the left leg. How is that left leg doing? You can always put the foot on the floor. Right hand holds onto the ankle and then bring the sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Hands heart center. You're in tree pose. You can always have your foot resting on the floor here. Breathing in. And breathing out, feel grounded, rooted. Imagine your roots coming from your foot into the earth, like a tree. Good. Bring the right knee back into the center, placing the right foot onto the floor, maybe with a little sigh of relief. And inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale and fold it forwards. If you are not a fan of balancing, this class is for you. Inhale, take a halfway lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Try coming up high onto your toes, taking the weight into your hands and then feet floating to the back of the mat. Yes, elbows brushed by the rib cage. Push down to come into your up dog cobra. And take it up and back into your downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a long breath out. Okay, another little intermission. Take your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Bring your right foot inside your right thumb. Okay, lower your left knee to the floor. Good, release the left toes. And again, come up onto the fingertips, try and keep your right knee snuggled in. Inhale. Good. Now as you exhale, come back onto your left knee. And then draw the right toes up to the face. You can have your hands on blocks. Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. Bring your hands into fists or onto fists. So your knuckles are pushing down into the mat. Tuck your back toes under and then just lift your back knee up off the floor. Squeeze your right hip back. Inhale, draw your chest forwards. Exhale, fold over your leg. You could slide that right leg a little bit further forwards if you've got a bit more space there. Breathe in, lift the chest up. Breathe out. As an option, if you're a little bit further on, you could bend your arms and forward over the right leg. Otherwise, stay lifted. You can also just stay in a runner's lunge. Good, so if you are in full splits, push down through the knuckles to slide your right foot in. Let's all come back to a runner's lunge. Yeah, so the left knee is below the left hip, the right leg is straight. Yeah. So you're gonna stand onto your right foot, walk your hands forwards, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, and then stand onto your right leg and work on lifting that left leg up into your full standing splits. Now I'm going to give you a little option here to find a wall. So maybe you've got one handy. If not, stay where you are and extend the left leg up to the sky and use the wall to help you get a little bit deeper into your standing splits. And we've got a few breaths here, so you've got time. Otherwise, stay where you are. Breathing in. Breathing out. We'll take one more breath to make the most of this moment. If you are by the wall, walking your way back onto the mat and extending the left leg back up to the sky, we're all going to bend the knee and open up the hip. And then bring your left foot next to the right. Oh, how good does that right leg feel? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Maybe you can take your hands behind your calves now. Really draw yourself in. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Almost 10 feet taller. Lift your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold it forwards, hinge from the hips. Inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen. Now as you exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Can your hips jump high? Your legs go straight and then they land at the back of the mat. Yeah, try your version. Elbows brush the rib cage. Push down to come up, cobra, up dog, and then back into that downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. All right, your left leg gets to enjoy the same medicine. Left leg up, bend the knee, open up the hip. Now bring your left foot inside your left thumb. We're going to lower the right knee to the floor. Just keep the knee in nice and tight. Come onto your fingertips, draw the head, chest forwards. I'm so glad to be feeling a bit warmer now. Inhale. And exhale. We'll come into a runner's lunge. So you can come back onto the right knee. Bring your hands into fists and then flex the left foot. Draw the toes towards the face. Yes. Breathing in, chest to toes. Breathing out, folding over the left leg. We'll try it one more time. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. Exhale and fold over the leg. So you might stay here because this is enough. Otherwise, inhale, lift your head, chest up, come onto your fists. Tuck your back toes and then just lift the back knee up off the floor. That might be enough for you right here. You might want to slide the left leg a little bit further forwards and see what happens. And if you are in it, then you can start to fall forwards maybe over this left leg. Listen to your body. Where is it that you feel the hamstrings stretch? Where do you need to go? It's going to be different to me. It might be different to how it was yesterday. It changes all the time. Lifting yourself right back up. If you are in your full splits, push down through your knuckles, tuck your back toes. That will help you just to bring that left foot back in. Yeah, so we are all in our runner's lunge now. And you're going to stand onto your left leg, bending the left knee. Hands can come forwards and then we lift the right leg up. So we're aiming for our standing splits here. How about you want to try maybe wiggle towards the wall a bit? You have time. You have your left heel against the the wall at the bottom, and then your right leg up to the sky. We've done this before. That's it. If this is helping, think about pushing back through the left hamstring, squeezing through the right leg. Relax your head, and you are at the center of the mat where we were. Breathing in and breathing out. So what do you need from this pose, from this moment? Remember, forward folding is good for autumn. It's good for preparing us to internalize a little bit, to go inwards. If you're against the wall, you might want to walk your way back onto the mat. Okay, stand onto your left leg, lift your right leg up, 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 and then we can all bend the knee and open up the hip. I know it's a long time to be here. You've also got all the blood pooling into your head. That's just going to wake up your brain. And then bring your right foot next to your left. Inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold hands behind your calves, draw yourself in. Roll your way up, last thing to come up is the head. Lift your arms up to the sky as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, fold it forwards, hinge from the hips. Okay, inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Maybe you can lift your heels, rock into the hands, float the feet to the back of the mat. And then elbows brush by the rib cage, lower down. Push down to come up, cobra up dog, and then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. Breath in, give the head a shake. How's your neck doing? Can you relax it a little bit more? Last sequence, last add on. Okay, walk your hands back towards your feet. You know this bit now. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. That's it, good. Press your palms together, rock into the left leg and bring your right knee up to your chest. Bend the left leg, extend your right leg, stand onto the right foot with confidence now. Come into your warrior three. Take your right hand towards the floor, left arm up to the sky. Stack and open up that left hip. Like an aeroplane now, take the arms out to the side and drop the left hip. Now, can you take your arms by the sides of your body and then slowly lower your chest down towards your right leg, your left leg up to the sky? You can put the hands on the floor if you want to. See how long you can keep the hands off the floor for. Doesn't matter, whatever happens, happens. If the hands aren't on the floor yet, you can put them on the floor now. Bend the knee and open up that hip. Now bring your left knee into your chest. You can rest the left foot on the floor for a moment as you come to standing, or you can try and keep the heel into the bum, catch hold of your left shin and lift yourself up to standing. How did that go? Bring the sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh and hands come heart center, palms together. If you're feeling really grounded through that right foot, maybe close your eyes just for fun. My idea of fun. You're going to bring your left knee back into the center and then place your left foot back down onto the mat. Slowly, mindfully, nice calm. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up towards the sky, and then exhale and fold it forwards, hinge from your hips. Inhale, take a halfway lift and lengthen, and as you exhale, jump back, step back. Is it getting lighter? Can this little jump back get lighter, even still? Elbows brush by the rib cage. Push down, cobra, up dog, and then back into downward facing dog. Breath in, guys, well done. Stay with it. Breath out, even though you're wobbling, all this grounding is gonna help you throughout the day. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And then start to roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Coming right into the other side. Bring your palms together. Stand onto your right foot. And then bring your left knee up to your chest. Bend the right leg, extend the left leg, stand onto it with confidence. Come into your warrior three, lifting your right leg up, right hip dropped, right toes down. Take your left hand to the floor, your right arm up to the sky, try and stack and open up that right hip. And then come into an aeroplane, left arm out to the side, right arm out to the side, right hip dropped. This is the challenge. Take your hands by your sides and then see if you can lower your body down as you lift your right leg up. You can always put your hands on the floor, it's not a problem, but see if you can do it without. At some point, take your hands to the floor and then bend the knee, open up that hip. You can have your hands on a block here, guys. Bring your right knee into your chest, have a bend in the left leg. Hands come around the right shin. Let's come up to standing. Woo. Find that balance. Then you can bring your sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Hands come heart center. Find tree pose. How are we doing? Hold it. Imagine the roots growing from your foot, grounding you, rooting you. Bringing the right knee back into your chest, slowly placing that right foot back down onto the mat. Oh, welcome to your legs, guys. Inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale and fold, hinge from the hips. Take an inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, maybe come up high into your toes, and then jump your feet back into plank. Vinyasa, elbows brush by the rib cage. Push down, cobra, up dog, and then back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath in. How's that feel? How's those legs? And a long breath out. Now bend your knees and look forwards. You're going to jump your hips high, try and cross your feet by your hands, and then drag your feet all the way through to seated. Woo, we worked hard today. Soles of the feet together, knees open, back to Baddha Konasana. Hold on to your toes, lift up tall, and then exhale and fold it forwards. Lots of folding forwards today. We're going to counterpose that a little bit for these last few poses. Take one more breath here. And slowly roll your way up. Awesome, guys. So if you have a block handy, grab one. If not, you could use the pillow. But you're going to bring your knees up. Have your, maybe shuffle your way down the mat a bit. I'm going to rest the block just a lot across the top of the shoulder blades there. Yeah. And then lay yourself over the block, let your head fall back. Feels nice. After all that forward folding, it's nice to open up the chest a bit. Now you can take your arms up and over your head. You might need to adjust yourself on the block as you need to. And then try and have your elbows bent and see if you can let them come out to the sides. So it's like you are in a 90-90 shape with your arms. Walk your feet together and then you can have soles of the feet together, knees open. Breathe into your belly, into your rib cage, into your chest. As much as we want to internalize, go inwards, we want to forward fold into autumn. We don't want to miss this either, this opening up of the chest, this opening up of the heart. We don't want to lose contact with people, with feelings, with emotions. It's also nice, it just feels nice to counterpose the forward fold, especially if you feel like you're hunching forwards all day anyway. You can extend your arms up and over your head. Bring the knees up, have your feet flat, inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze your belly button back, push through both feet and then lift the hips up to the sky. Now, so really feel the weight of your shoulders pressing into the block here. And then we'll slowly lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra. Good. All right, from here, you can roll over onto one side and take the block away. Now we're going to change where we have the block. So have it on its high edge, so it's flat on the floor and underneath your head. Make sure this isn't on your neck. So it's just supporting your head on the knobby bit at the back of the head there. Reach your fingers towards your feet. Wiggle your shoulder blades away from the ears. And then just let the head swing from side to side. Massage out any tension there. You might want to stay in one place, maybe rocking from side to side. Maybe stay in stillness. And if it's too high for you, just turn it on its other edge, on its lower edge. Then take the feet as wide as the mat, just let the knees press together. Take a few breaths. Now you can experiment with this and take your arms up and over your head. It's big though, it's a big stretch for me. So be careful, be mindful. You can experiment with it. You don't have to give the whole weight of your arms to the floor. Take one more breath. Now bring the arms back. If you tuck them there, it is big, isn't it? That's lifting the head up. You can take the block away and then just lower the head onto the mat. And again, you can let the head just rock from side to side. Okay, one more bridge, guys. Walk your feet towards each other. This bridge may well come into wheel if you feel like it, yeah? Haven't done a load of back bending, but it won't do you any harm, I'm sure. Take your arms up and over your head, fingers towards the shoulders, palms flat, even if you're not doing wheel. Inhale. And exhale, belly draws back, push down through your feet and lift the hips up. So now push down into your hands. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you come up into that wheel pose, mindful that we haven't done a load of back bending, but it's certainly going to be good to counter pose all the forward folding. Think of it as stretching the front of the hips rather than bending the back, stretching the belly. And then you can look up to the sky if you're in your wheel and slowly start to bend the arms, lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra. Well done if you did it. Well done if you didn't. You were looking after yourself. Feet as wide as the mat. Windscreen right for the legs. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. And we're going to rock and roll our way up to seated. And we're going to finish where we started. Sat in Virasana. Maybe you're using your block. Feet either side of the block. Hands resting on your thighs, let your eyes close. You're going to finish with the 3-part breathing. Try not to miss this. Try and stay in this moment. Take a breath in all together. Fill yourself up. Let's open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale for part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Does it feel different now? Exhale through the nose. Inhale, part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Exhale completely. Last time, inhale, part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Exhale completely. Inhale fully. Exhale part 1. Part 2. Exhale fully. Inhale fully. Exhale, part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Inhale fully. Last time, stay with it. Exhale, part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Inhale fully. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Take a moment just to breathe in and out through your nose, eyes closed, face relaxed. Think for a moment, what else do you need to change as we creep into autumn? So something about food, something about the way you organize your day. What can you do to help transition into autumn a little bit easier? As we go through the next 2 days of practice, I'll keep feeding in little bits and bobs of things that we can try to help that transition a little more smoothly without the lethargy and tiredness as we creep into the next season. Bring your palms together, rub the hands. Hopefully there's a little bit more heat there than when you did it this morning, at the very beginning of the class. Resting the hands over your eyes, just shielding out the light for a moment, a little bit like hibernating in the middle of the day. But then wiping the eyes and wiping the face awake, bringing you back into the day, ready for the rest of the day. Namaste. Hope you have a lovely day. And again, I'll keep feeding in little ideas and things that we can do to help this transition, avoid all the tiredness that comes with new seasons. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.